As you might know, I've worked in various different test kitchens and at various different magazines over the past few years, one of which is Cuisine at Home magazine that's actually located right here in Des Moines, Iowa. And during my time there, I developed recipes, I wrote for them, I did a little bit of email marketing, I did a little bit of social media. So I wore a lot of hats, but my favorite part was working in the test kitchen. Partially why I liked working in the test kitchen is because it's so creative, but also because they have a huge commitment to creating foolproof recipes that are well tested and that teach readers something about how to be a better cook. And that's really Cuisine at Home's biggest mission, is to make you a better cook in the kitchen. And that being said, it's more of a teaching magazine. It gives you step shots, it offers reasons why, it answers questions, it offers tips. So it's really catering towards all different kinds of cooks, whether you're new in the kitchen or if you're a seasoned home cook. Cuisine at Home really kind of hits all the levels. So during my time at Cuisine at Home, I obviously tested some recipes, developed some recipes, one of which is a Spanish Waldorf that we're going to be making today. But I kind of want to take you through the process of what it's like to work in a test kitchen, because it's unlike any job out there. You cook a lot, you eat a lot, but most importantly, you really test a lot of recipes and you make sure that those recipes are foolproof before they hit the printer. So at Cuisine at Home, recipes get tested anywhere between 5 to 10 times, and that is because we take into account a lot of different things, from taste to balance of taste to textures to cooking times to cooking techniques. All of that goes into what it takes to pass a recipe at Taste Panel. And Taste Panel is like 7 people that you're presenting your recipe to, so it can be kind of intimidating, but that is why the recipes are always so good. And that is one thing that Cuisine at Home just drives home, is that these are trustworthy, you can do these, they're approachable, we teach you how to do it every step of the way. And they really teach you how to cook like you're eating at a restaurant, but in your own home. So today I'm going to kind of take you on the journey of one of the recipes I developed while I was there from this magazine. It's a Spanish Waldorf, and I think it's a really great example of the kind of recipes that Cuisine offers. So I'm going to kind of explain my steps, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the process of developing it. So first we're going to start with some apples. I had a balance of tart and a little bit more sweet Braeburn, not quite as sweet as Honeycrisp, but I like a good Braeburn to balance out the really tart green apple. And so I'm just going to dice up my apple for the salad. And you can do it, as small or as large as you like. So I have all of my apples diced up, and I just combine them in a large bowl. And now I'm going to dice up some celery. I just need 3/4 of a cup, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. This salad is really forgiving, so if you don't have exact measurements, it's okay. But just the basic ratio is really nice. So I have my celery now in with my apples, and now we're going to add some toasted slivered almonds. And the best way I recommend to toast your almonds, or any nut for that matter, is on a baking sheet in a single layer at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes, depending on the nut, but slivered almonds take about 8 to 10 minutes. This method is much better than if you do it on the stovetop, where nuts can quickly burn or they can unevenly toast, whereas on a sheet pan they get completely evenly toasted and they don't get overdone. So we need just a 1/2 cup of these almonds, and I like to do a whole batch of toasted almonds, so the next time I need almonds, they're already toasted and I don't have to do it again. So I'm just gonna add that in with my celery. And then we need some parsley. We need just a 1/4 cup, and I'm just gonna grab the stems. The best way I like to do it is I like to just take a large stem and just run my hand down it. And you get a few of the thin stems, but that's okay, they're flavorful. You just don't want these woody, tough ends. Okay, and I'm just gonna gather these together and give them a rough chop. All right, and I'm just gonna add that to the bowl. And then the last thing is I'm going to add I already have some diced dried apricots here. They add some really nice, just a little bit of chewiness, some sweetness, and it's a classic Spanish ingredient, so it's gonna give this a little bit more of a Spanish feel. So I'm just gonna add that in. And that is all for the salad, and now we can make the dressing. So I just have a half a cup here of regular plain yogurt. You can use Greek if you want. If you do that, I would maybe add a little bit of milk just to loosen it. But this is just plain yogurt. And then I'm gonna add some sherry vinegar, which is a classic Spanish ingredient. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of that. And then I'm gonna add a tablespoon of honey for just a little bit more sweetness, although we do have some sweetness from the apples and apricots. Honey adds just a little bit more. I have a huge orange here, but we're looking for, I think, just a tablespoon, which is actually quite a bit of zest, but orange zest isn't as tart as like lemon or lime, so you can get away with a little bit more, and this salad can take it. So I highly recommend, if you don't have a microplane, which is what this is, to get yourself one. They're really cheap, but they're super versatile for getting zest off of citrus or for grating some Parmesan quick. It's a really helpful tool. I use it probably every day. It's also great for grating ginger and garlic, so it's a really great tool. Okay, and then I like to just run my knife through it a little bit just to ensure that it is minced. And then we'll just measure out a quick tablespoon. Looks like it's all of it. Oh, going into the dressing, not the salad yet. So now we have our orange zest in there. I'm gonna grab some salt and pepper. And we need just a little bit of kosher salt. I'm just gonna put that in. And then I'm gonna season again to taste, and some black pepper. All right, I'm just gonna whisk that all together. Whoops. So the dressing is all whisked together, and I'm just gonna toss the salad and then dress it. Okay, so I'm just gonna combine these ingredients quick, the salad ingredients. All right, and I'm just going to stir to combine until everything is coated, and I can already smell all the fresh flavors, the orange zest, the parsley. Oh, this is one of my favorite recipes. And it's so easy. This is perfect for potlucks. It's perfect as a side dish. It goes great with anything grilled. It goes great with all sorts of things. And that is it. I'll give it a taste, and then I'll probably taste or season it a little bit more with salt, but that's it. If you're interested in getting the full recipe, you can find it on zestfulkitchen.com. And if you're interested in more Cuisine at Home recipes, you can find them on their website at cuisineathome.com. They have a lot of free recipes. They have tons of how-to videos, tips, techniques. So if you're looking to become better in the kitchen or just more well-versed, they're a great resource to have on hand. And you can also subscribe to their magazine or pick them up on newsstands. And they also have tons of cookbooks that come out throughout the year. One of their newest ones is this cast iron cooking, which has been hugely popular. So if you have a cast iron skillet that's a little dusty, this might be the cookbook for you. If you are interested in seeing some behind the scenes of the test kitchen to see what they're testing and photographing, you can find them on Instagram at Cuisine at Home, and you can find them on Facebook at Cuisine at Home Magazine. And you can also find me on Instagram at Zestful Kitchen and on Facebook at Zestful Kitchen. You can always find me on my website, that's zestfulkitchen.com. This recipe will be there along with tons of other fresh, healthy-ish recipes that have modern take on classics. So be sure to check me out, be sure to check Cuisine out, and I hope you enjoy the new recipe.